statistician with various other responsibilities. They're individual team helpers. And in Pittsburgh, the man who runs the show is Paul Schlosser, director of the minor officials.
My job as supervisor is at the night of the games to assign the men to the jobs that will be needed at that time. There are 7 jobs that's normally needed, and I make sure that everybody's here and assigning to the ones that I want them to be working at. Normally, we don't like to rotate them. If you're a goal judge, we want you to be a goal judge, and we want you to be a good goal judge.
This guy with the derby is Jack Powell, and he's a veteran of many seasons as a goal judge here in Pittsburgh, and he knows when a goal is a goal and when it's not.
Black on red is not a goal. The goal line is 2 inches wide, the pipes are 2 inches wide, and they're all painted red. And the puck must be completely over the line or past the pipes. The referee has the sole discretion. It's up to him if a puck is a goal or not a goal. All our job is, if we think it's in, we light the light.
The minor officials are hired by the individual teams, but they do get support from the league.
We are hired through the Pittsburgh Penguins club. We normally hire somebody, we put them in with stats in the press box working for the club, and his jobs will become open through retirement or somebody moving away. We take the senior man and give him the opportunity to do the jobs that are assigned by the league. Once we become NHL officials, we're supposed to be divested of the club, and we work for them. They do provide us with, every 3 years, new uniforms, pants, ties, and jackets every 3 years.
Getting to the playoffs is important to everyone in hockey, including the minor officials.
Usually 3 days before the game, they'll call us. And the most senior guys normally go to the playoffs if they can make it. If not, then the next alternate. Only in the playoffs, we only take with us a timekeeper, a penalty timekeeper, 2 goal judges, and the official scorer. Statistician is employed or gets paid that night. The home team statistician would work again.
The Civic Arena here in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins are entertaining the Los Angeles Kings. An opportunity in this intermission to talk to Penguin defenseman Randy Hillier. And Randy, you've been with this club since '84, '85, and this appears right now to be about the best hockey club the Penguins have had since you've been here.
Well, I agree with you, Mike. I think the balance of the club is so much greater now than it was back then. We have very strong goaltending in Barrasso. Our defense is young and playing better. You know, it has there's room for an improvement, but I think we're playing pretty well as a whole. And our scoring is much more balanced. Not only is you know, obviously Mario is the key to our offense, but you know, we have Robbie Brown, Danny Quinn, Cunnyworth. There's just more than one guy to key on.
Randy, talk about Tom Barrasso. I wanted to bring that up, but you mentioned his name. Tell me what type of goaltender he is. Is he a talker on the ice? And tell me his assets and how it is to play in front of him so far.
Well, it's a defenseman's dream to play in front of Tom. We had a guy in Boston when I was there, and Pete Peters. He came out and he moved the puck very well, and that makes the defenseman's job so much easier because Tommy, you know, not all the time do we go back for the puck. We can just peel off to the boards. He'll move the puck up for us, and it just makes the other teams. It makes their game a lot difficult because they don't know how to defend it. You know, instead of just picking up the defenseman, Tommy's playing it so we can catch them coming in.
Does he talk to you quite a bit on the ice, or is he pretty quiet?
He's fairly quiet, although we talk before the games and you know, things that we want to do, and that he expects us to talk to him a lot. I mean, what he's doing, he's going out to play the puck unless we tell him not to. So he's pretty quiet, but he's confident and he knows what he wants to do.
Randy, throughout your career, injuries have been a problem, but boy, this year, knock on the wood, things seem to be going pretty good for you.
Things are going pretty good right now, and I don't want to say anything about it. I might break my leg tonight, but yeah, things are going well, and I'm happy to be healthy, and it's nice to be a part of a winning team.
You know, and talking about winning teams, Randy Hillier, by the way, was named the Budweiser Man of the Year of the National Hockey League. In cooperation with Budweiser, had every team with a Man of the Year, and Randy received that award, and deservedly so, and done a lot of work with cystic fibrosis. We just had the recent dinner with the Pens dressing up in the waiters' uniforms with the tuxedos, and it was a big success, and I know you're a big part of that in the community, Randy.
Well, it's nice to be involved in such a worthy organization. give the wives really all the credit. They've done so much work to make that dinner a success over the last 3 years, where the numbers have escalated, and they've done a lot of work. The players were great about it. It's just a fun evening for everybody, and you know, the best thing about it is that the CF benefit, the organization, they really benefit from it.
You know, and they've done an awful lot of work with the Penguins over the last few years, and it is kind of rewarding because it just seems to be growing, you know, year by year, more people and more people interested in coming to the thing.
It is. It's really growing, which is really nice. We were sold out about a month before, you know, the actual benefit, and so now we're trying to find a hall that'll seat more than 500 people. So it's kind of a nice position to be in. You hate to turn away people at the door, but you know, it's nice when you get that sort of response.
Well, again, congratulations on the award and all the best to you, Randy.
Thank you, Michael.
Randy Hillier has been our special guest. We'll have more here from the Civic Arena in just a moment on the Penguins. Well, the Penguins right now trail the Kings 2-0. And a reminder to you, if you'd like to have your favorite Penguin game on home video, call Genesis Video Productions at 412-847-3091 or 412-847-2122 to place your order. Genesis Video Productions. And the Globetrotters are headed to the arena. The Harlem Globetrotters will be here for one performance only on Friday, December 30th. That will be at 7:30. And as usual, tickets are available at all choice seat outlets when the magic of the Globetrotters heads to town. It is 2-0 Los Angeles, and we'll have more here from the Civic Arena in just a moment on the Penguins Hockey Network. Well, don't forget to enter the Augie's Flower Shop Penguin shutout period. During each telecast, a contestant will win a Christmas arrangement of flowers if the Penguins shut out their opponent during the second period of a KBL game. Enter the Augie's Penguin shutout period by sending your name and address to Augie's Penguin shutout period in care of KBL, 294 West Steuben Street, Pittsburgh, PA 15205. Be sure to include your phone number as well. Pete Kaczynski of Monessen, PA is our contestant here. And also a reminder to you, when you watch the fast action of Penguin hockey, remember that limousine services are provided by Carriage, a limousine service, the Pleasure Trip. Want to set up our games on satellite in Overland, Kansas, I believe. Met his dad, talked to him. Hello to you. We are at the Civic Arena. And the Penguins right now trail the Los Angeles Kings 2-0. Goals in the period by Ron Duguay of Los Angeles and Mike Allison.
Kind of figures, doesn't it, Mike? You have a game, you got all these big scorers here. You got Bernie Nichols, you've got Luc Robitaille, Mario Lemieux. We were expecting Wayne Gretzky. And who gets the goals? Ron Duguay and Mike Allison. And sometimes the checking lines come up big in situations like this, and it's exactly what's happened. Ron Duguay found a puck with an open net out to the left of Tom Barrasso. Barrasso down and out on the play, and Duguay put the puck in to make it 1-0. DeGray and Allison assisting on that one. And a nice pass by DeGray on Dugay's goal. He just kind of tapped it over to him, and Duguay had the open net.
Out of town USR scoreboard, the Rangers and Islanders scoreless in the first period at New York, Madison Square Garden. And Edmonton leads Toronto 3-1. Here it's 2-0 Los Angeles. Penguins move left to right. They break into the Kings' end. Dan Quinn of Pittsburgh. Slap shot blocked. He comes right back to Cyrano. Snap it on, and Fitzpatrick will make that save. He made a couple of key saves in the early part of the game when the Penguins dominated, out shooting the Kings 6-2, but the Kings rallied to get the 2 goals and take the lead. Here's Allison pulled off his skates by Phil Bourque. The Penguins in working hard. Right wing corner, Dan Quinn has it. Quinn looks for an open man, can't find anybody, still skates with the puck. And the whistle sounds. We've got a holding call here. Might be against the Penguins' Phil Bourque. Quinn had that puck, and the whistle blew when he had possession of it. So I think Phil Bourque will get a holding call, and the Los Angeles Kings will get their second power play chance. It is holding against Phil Bourque.
Number 29, Phil Bourque, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 39 seconds.
39 seconds into period number 2. And here are the Kings again, 13th in the National Hockey League in penalty killing. The Penguins are 19th in allowing power play goals.
Well, I think that the Penguins being down 2-0 here, obviously this is a crucial situation right here. If the Kings can get another goal to make it 3-0, it'll be tough to come back against them, even though they have allowed their share of goals. They can play defensively, and they may even be in a more defensive mode anyway with Wayne Gretzky out of the lineup.
2-0 Los Angeles, and they now threaten again here. Mario Lemieux with Bob Erie up front. Remember, the Penguins do have some firepower shorthanded. Lemieux has 5 shorthanded goals. Here's Taylor, though, into the Penguins' end. Right side, got a man open. Nichols, he shoots it, and a skate save made by Barrasso there. Off to the left point. Bob Erie, look ahead, he's got Lemieux behind the defense, and here he comes shorthanded. Breaks it alone. Lemieux makes his move, and he shoots and scores. Mario Lemieux, and the Penguins get on the board. A shorthanded goal by 66. Ah, look at Loretta.
Well, Lemieux scored that goal in the exact same spot that he scored against Sean Burke the other night against the New Jersey Devils. And it was a pretty similar play, too. He picked it up on the left dot at the blue line coming in, and he cut across on Fitzpatrick, and he just waited until he opened up the legs, and he put it right in the 5-hole. Fitzpatrick almost sat down on top of that puck and went right underneath his backside and into the net. He slid it right along the ice to make it 2-1. Bob Erie assisting on it. A perfect pass at the red line. Lemieux kind of swooped to his left as he came across the blue line and then cut back in towards the net.
I don't think what people realize is how much speed Lemieux really has. He had 3 Kings chasing him. They weren't even in the picture at all. And he just blew by him. And he comes in and notches the goal. His 29th of the year to make it 2-1.
Oh, man. Shorthanded goals can do so much for a club. They lift you, they give you confidence, and they take a little bit out of the team on the power play. That puts them back on their heels a little bit.
Number 6 for Mario on the campaign. Second only to Esa Tikkanen of Edmonton now, who has 7. And the puck is flipped deep into the Penguin zone. On the power play, still the Kings with a minute 15 to go in the penalty to Phil Bourque. Taylor going right point down to Dale DeGray of Los Angeles. Back to Taylor, to DeGray again. Shoots it, and a glove save made by Barrasso. Tommy's going to hold it. Tommy gave me some instructions, I think, to Bob Erie on the pen, saying where he wants him to go after he gets that puck. Talking to Randy Hillier tonight, and Randy talking about Barrasso and just how much it means to have him back there with the stick work that he does. And he says that he expects the defenseman, Paul, to talk to him more than he does to them. He wants a message coming from them, what they're going to do with the puck and what people are going to do. He said every goaltender is different, but he really felt it was a pleasure to play in front of Tom Barrasso.
Well, one thing, you need goaltenders to talk to you at times too, because your back is to the play. They can see the play in front of them, goalies can, and they can give you an instruction as to which way to go or whatever, which way to go with the puck up the boards. But what Barrasso's looking for are players to let him know who to pass to, when to get into position to take a pass from Barrasso.
Here it comes out of Mario Lemieux, back 2-on-2, short-handed again with Hannon. Lemieux on the right side, cuts across the ice, look out, he's got a chance, moves in. He shot it, it was partially blocked though by Doug Crossman. Now off the near corner, Lemieux, left point, going out of Dahlquist. He'll shoot it, blocked. And it comes all the way back to center. One of the things that Hillier was talking about, and just to keep it going a little bit more, was the fact that Barrasso says he'll play the puck on almost all cases. You let me know if you want to do it the other way. Here is Crossman now, cruising back into the Penguins in with 33 to go on the penalty. His shot deflected, comes right to Barrasso. Barrasso sneaking near wing, and the Penguins will try and get it out. Unable to do so at the moment. Kruzhelnicki going right side, got a man open. Here's a shot, right on, save made, rebound, shot wide by McSorley. What a great chance there. Left point, Crossman, 2-1 the Kings lead. Over to Wayne Bean. Bean in the right wing corner for John Tonelli. All over him like a blanket is Chris Dahlquist. They jam it up, but the Kings working free. They got a man in the slot. It went right by Crossman. He couldn't get the shot off. He had a great chance coming down the slot. Hillier of Pittsburgh poking up the boards, and out it counts. Penalty is over. Bourque is back on for the Penguins. And the Kings have to go back and set up shop in their own end. Wayne McBean, second-year defenseman, long lead pass off Duguay. Caroms all the way to the Penguin zone. And Coffey will play the puck from Tom Barrasso. Right side on Loney. He can't hold the pass. Loney pokes it over to Bob Erie as he went after it, though, to Danny Quinn. Quinn steers it up into Los Angeles territory. Around to the near boards. Loney went in, put it behind the net to Bob Erie. Erie now looking for room. Still skating with it. Look out, he's got some room. They don't challenge him. Finally, Carpenter comes after him. Going to Coffey in the slot to Quinn. The pass too hard. Bounced off his skates. Los Angeles leading the puck ahead for Mike Allison. Allison out here with Ron Duguay and Bob Carpenter. This line responsible for both Los Angeles goals coming in the first period. Kings feed it back to Penguin real estate. Right side. Allison fighting for the possession. Bob Erie trying to turn him around. The Penguins have changed lines here, going with Quinn, Erie, and Troy Loney. Ron Duguay in Penguin territory. Coffey will knock into the ice. Picked up now by Allison. Allison fakes a shot, moves in around Coffey, shoots. The save made, the rebound. They can't put it in. The net is off the moorings. Boy, Barrasso. Coffey was sliding on the ice like a fish trying to get to block that shot. Allison held it forever. And then they shot the puck wide. 2-1, the Kings lead. Second period on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Well, Mike, back in 1977, the Kings traded their first-round pick to the Rangers for Gene Carr. And the Rangers selected a guy 13th overall named Ron Duguay, who's now back in a Kings uniform, where he may have been in the first place if they hadn't traded all their first-round picks.
That was the year the Kings, the Rangers had 2 first-round picks. They picked up Lucien Dedlois, who's back there, and then Ron Duguay. Here's the play in front of the Penguin end. Bernie Nichols puts one on. Barrasso will stop that. We've got a penalty coming up against Zalapsky for knocking down Dave Taylor. Kings will get another power play chance. Robitaille, the extra attacker, comes on. It's Krushelnyski. Left point Penguins in with the puck for the Kings. Working to the corner, but Phil Bourque right there for the Penguins to grab possession. And the Penguins will be shorthanded once again. 2-1 Los Angeles here in the second on the Penguins Hockey Network. Well, Zardy Zalapsky, the Penguin defenseman, will sit down holding the call at 4:20. You don't see Zardy call for holding too much.
No, but he had a hand on Dave Taylor, and I'll tell you something. I think it was a questionable call there, because Taylor tripped over the goal cage, and it looked more to me like Zalapsky was trying to keep him from falling down. He grabbed him around the waist as Taylor was falling to the ice.
Nonetheless, the Kings go to work on the power play. Their third opportunity. The Penguins have yet to register one. And it'll be Allison out here with Carpenter and Duguay. So Robbie Fattori going with his hot line. Nichols not even on the ice, and the folks that usually work the power play. Point men will be Steve Duchesne and Doug Crossman. Penguins work at the center. Mario Lemieux scored a shorthanded goal at the 1:10 mark of this period when the Kings had a power play. Duchesne rolls it deep into the Penguins' end. After it will be Mike Allison. Allison going right side. Kings a suicide pass there, knocked aside though. Fortunately for the Kings, didn't result in Lemieux grabbing that puck and taking off. Now Lemieux after it in his own end. Lemieux giving the puck to Dahlquist. Looks up, finds the opening, and away it goes.
Mario has the little jump in his legs tonight that we haven't seen in a couple of weeks.
On the move, Bob Carpenter. Carpenter relaying over to Mike Krushelnyski. Backpedals in. He's a great skater, Krushelnyski. Now going behind the Penguin net. Krushelnyski comes all the way to the near side. Turns, goes to Duchesne of Los Angeles. Center point. Is he going to shoot it? No, he goes back to Krushelnyski. Moves in. Hilliard trying to block it. Comes in front. Oh, the Kings shoot it right up the post as Crossman was in deep. Here's Lemieux with the puck. Mario trying to get it going. Crossman hit the pipe to the left of Tom Barrasso. He had an open net, too. Duchesne steers the puck on the Penguin line, and Allison poke it over to Crossman. Right wing boards. Penguin zone. Breaks in deep. They don't challenge him. He centers it. It came off the skate of Duchesne. One thing the Kings do, they send people in deep on the play, and that can give the Penguins a break. Short-handed. We saw it earlier. Allison looking right side. We'll go to Bob Carpenter. Carpenter trying to put it in front. Lemieux spotted that. Broke up the play. Can he get it out? He goes diving to the ice. Does get the puck as he gets back up. And works it up the center, and he took a check. It's knocked down. But Lemieux, a great play there to clear the puck out of his own end. 22 to go on the penalty to Zardy Zalapsky. Penguin defenseman off. Final rush coming up. Marty McSorley. 2-1 the Kings lead. Going to Crossman. Into Penguin ice. Drop pass to McSorley. He'll shoot it. Blocked. And McSorley gets it back to John Tonelli. Tonelli, wheel and deal. Tonelli in the right wing circle. Now moves over. Quinn trying to kill the penalty. 5 seconds to go. Shooting is Tonelli. Dahlquist gave his body up. And it deflected off of him and up into the seats. The Penguins only 2 seconds away from killing the minor to Zardy Zalapsky.
Well, some teams on the power play will try to make the perfect play. They'll move the puck around and play a kind of a passive type of a power play system, where they just kind of pass it, try to wait for the open guy or the man to pop open. But the Kings are getting it done by hard work, Mike. They're forechecking, almost playing as if they're at even strength. And that's an interesting way, I think, to generate power play goals. I mean, you keep up the intensity when you do that, too. Sometimes when you have power play chances and you don't score, it takes a little bit out of you because, as I said, power plays can be more passive at times. You kind of stand around and you move the puck, and it's much more meticulous.
Bernie Nichols on now with 2 seconds to go with Taylor and Luke Robitaille. Dave Hannon has the assignment to try and win the faceoff. And Danny Quinn out. Faceoff is controlled by Los Angeles. They go to the right point. On the ice is Zalapsky. We're back at equal strength. Two teams with 5 aside, not including the goaltenders. Barrasso tapping ahead to Dan Quinn of Pittsburgh. 4-man rush develops. Left side to Hannon. Hannon moves in. And a nice play by Dale DeGray. Now comes on to Quinn, and he put it on the net. And Fitzpatrick standing tall. He's a stand-up netminder. There isn't much doubt about that. Big and tall. Penguins again cruise back in. Cunneyworth going over to Quinn behind the net. Quinn stops. A little move there. Try to hit Coffey going right down the slot. Couldn't connect. And the Kings unable to clear. With the puck on the right side will be Dan Frawley of Pittsburgh. Frawley with Quinn and Cunneyworth. Now Quinn going right side to Jimmy Johnson. He'll shoot it. That'll miss. Hit the boards. Went on the back of the net. Frawley trying to center for Cunneyworth. Can't make that happen. This line played a lot together during the early part of the season, from training camp on, actually. Now they're reunited again. And the Kings drop it back into Penguin ice with 12:44 to go in the second period. 2-1 Los Angeles leads. Lemieux takes a lead pass. He's on the ice again. Right side to Robbie Brown. Brown to Cunneyworth down the slot. A wrist shot. That's blocked. Loose in front. And Robitaille throws it ahead back to center ice. On the move, Bernie Nichols. Going to Penguin ice. Looking for Duguay as a trailer. It bounces free right towards a goal. Away from everybody. Lemieux spin it ahead for Robbie Brown. He'll look for Lemieux, though. He goes into the Kings' end. He goes to the right side. Pulls up. Looks to Mario's. Got him. Mario's still dancing with it. He's putting on the Ritz right now. Left side to Coffey. Coffey shoots it in behind the goal. Nobody there. And Laidlaw defensively for Los Angeles. Working on the right wing systematically to Duguay. Ron Duguay in center circle. Going to Bernie Nichols in the Penguin ice. Nichols on the right wing boards. His little drop pass right to Duguay. Duguay back to Nichols. Nichols moves in. He can't get a good shot off. Coffey went down on the play again. Coffey working the near wing in his own territory. Duguay and Coffey colliding. Coffey, I think, wants a face-off here. If he can get it, he can't. And so Billy Siren helps the cause. Over the left side of Lemieux. A little short drop pass to Bob Harry. Looks for a breaking Robbie Brown. Can't get it to him. Lemieux will take over. Into the Kings' end. He's been on a long shift now. Lemieux turns around. Still skating with the Kings zone. Lemieux with the puck one more time. Right wing circle. Moving down. Still looking. And it knocked aside. He goes after it. He's pulled down. Penalty coming up. Now Lemieux had just worked the penalty killing, then came back out and took a shift. And now he's pulled down. The Kings will be shorthanded. 2-1 Los Angeles. Here in the second on the Penguins Hockey Network.
I don't know if Mario Lemieux went down because he was just totally exhausted or because he was trying to draw a penalty, or if he was actually held by Gilles Lamel. In any event, it is holding at 8:35, and the Penguins with their first Stroh's power play opportunity. Lemieux just put on an incredible show of puck handling skills, skating ability too, and that ability to protect the puck against Hamel. Hamel just could not get to the puck. Lemieux with that long reach, able to use his hips to protect it, and then Lemieux went down.
The U.S. Air scoreboard. Edmonton leads Toronto 4-1 at the end of one at Toronto. And the Rangers and Islanders are scoreless through one period at New York. And the Kings now shorthanded for the first time tonight. Penguins in the power play. Second in the NHL. Here's Cunneyworth into the Kings end. Drop pass to Lemieux. Slap shot at the post. To the right of Fitzpatrick. Now picked up by Coffey in the Penguins. Center point to Lemieux. Mario working that center point position right now. Motion for people to move around. He's going to shoot it. Right off. Fitzpatrick will glove it and hold on as Laidlaw rams Danny Quinn in towards the net. Well, Lemieux actually working the point. Turned down on that shot.
Brian Mumau of Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, is our contestant on the Stroh's power play contest. Lemieux doing a little quarterbacking on the power play for the Pens. He's out at the point now in this sequence and looks for Quinn to cut across and form a screen for Fitzpatrick. Just waves the hand, and then he lets it fly. And Fitzpatrick able to see the puck because Lemieux shot it, and Quinn just did not arrive in time to create any havoc for Fitzpatrick. You're right, Mike. He is a stand-up goaltender, and he's got good size at about 6'1", 6'2", and he also looks even bigger than that because he's so upright.
Face out to the right of the Los Angeles goal, and the Kings control the face-off. On the move will be Steve Duchesne. Duchesne coming to the Penguin line, breaks in. Lemieux trying to take the puck away from him. Zalewski rams him on the boards. Now Coffey going to Lemieux. Makes a nice little move to steal it ahead to Robbie Brown. Brown right wing, looks for a Traeger. Has Quinn open, goes to him, back to Brown. Robbie Brown looks for Lemieux. Brown still leading the National Hockey League in power play goals. He has 24 in the year and 16 have been on the power play, but the Penguins can't make it happen this time. Cleared with the Kings down to Penguin ice. A minute 7 to go on the penalty. Comes to Coffey. Ram it up into the Kings zone. Lemieux off the left wing boards. Handles the puck. Around to the left point to Zalewski. Right side of Coffey. Will he shoot it? No. He skates over laterally. Going to the left pointer. Back to Zalewski. Shoots one. And Fitzpatrick will make a stick save there. On the move. It goes to Quinn of Pittsburgh. Robbie Brown behind the goal. Brown has Lemieux open left wing corner. Kings penalty killers. Kruszelnicki and Robitaille. And Lemieux trying to play at left point. Robitaille reached in and deflected it. It'll come all the way back into Penguin real estate. And Brasso works it over to Coffey with just about a half a minute to go on the penalty. Zalewski Skating quickly to the Kings line. Right wing to Cunningworth. Got around him and cuts for the net. He shoots. Save made. Rebound. Lemieux can't put it in. Coffey will shoot it. That's blocked by the Kings. And they have the puck. And out to center will come Mike Krushelnyski. Left wing pass to Robitaille. Back to Krushelnyski. Couldn't get to it. Robitaille gets it back himself. Put it in front. Coffey collides with Krushelnyski, but he'll get a penalty. Coffey held Krushelnyski around that net. 9 seconds left, and the Penguins will be shorthanded here in that amount of time.
And things continue to go south for Paul Coffey. He just seems to have his problems in his own end lately, where he's getting caught holding people all the time. He just reaches out and grabs people constantly, and sometimes he gets away with it, but that time he didn't. He literally tackled Krushelnyski to the ice. Krushelnyski circled behind the net looking for a pass in front, and he never got the pass because Coffey dumped him to the ice at 10:26.
Seconds, make it 9 seconds. As Hamel's in the penalty box, he'll come on. The Kings will get their 4th power play chance. The game right now, the Kings lead 2-1. Goals by Ron Duguay and Mike Allison for the Kings. Mario Lemieux's 29th of the year, shorthanded here in the second period. Lemieux just played that entire time on the power play. Let's see if he comes back and kills the penalty here shortly. Hannon and Loney in Pittsburgh territory. And the face-off won by the Penguins. Here's Steve Dykstra, defensively paired with Jimmy Johnson. Rod Buska's not playing for the Pens tonight. Hamel is on. The penalty has expired. Penguins have it at their own blue line and whack it up into Los Angeles territory. Going back to take possession will be Dale DeGray. DeGray of Los Angeles. Right wing pass to Ron Duguay. And again, Robbie Fattori out in the hotline work on the power play. That's Allison, Carpenter, and Ron Duguay. Moved around to the near boards, Penguin ice. And up with it will be Jimmy Johnson. And he'll play it ahead. Power play goals. Nichols was 7. Gretzky was 6 to lead the way for the Kings this year. Out at center ice, Crossman. Into Penguin ice, leaving the left wing corner. Jimmy Johnson, nice move. Blasting around the boards, but cut off by Bob Carpenter. Carpenter with the Kings, going to Ron Duguay. 2 on the Kings lead on a power play. Center point, Crossman fakes a shot, moves in, fires it. 6 save made Barrasso. It comes off the right wing boards. Bernie Nichols in. He's on the power play right now. Nichols trying to go to Duguay. Duguay, number 44, right point pass to Carpenter. Carpenter fakes a shot, move it over to the Crossman center point. Now the near side here is DeGray. He fanned on it. DeGray tried to shoot the puck in one motion, but he fanned on it. Still loose Penguin zone. Dykstra comes over. Ripping around the sideboards, but not out. Held in by Crossman. Hannon gets over to check on his side and back to center. 1/2 minute to go on the penalty to Paul Coffey. Penguin defenseman off for holding. And Jimmy Johnson finds that loose puck, and he'll bang it back to the Kings net. Penguins make a change. The Kings now come rushing back in the final rush into the Penguins' end. Nichols shooting. The stop is made by Barrasso, and went down to 1D to make the save. Bob Erie looks back for Lemieux. Lemieux with a good pass back there. Here are the Penguins 3-on-2. 5 seconds to go on the penalty to Lemieux. Breaking in the right wing is Hillier. Lemieux gets it to Bob Erie in front. His shot. Save. Rebound. Score. Bob Erie put it in. The Penguins tie it at 2. Oh, buy Sam a drink and get his dog 1-2. Bob Erie put it in on the rebound.
And he batted it out of the air, backhanded with a shaft of his stick, I believe, and just knocked it over the body of Fitzpatrick, who'd made a tremendous save on him to begin with. The Penguins worked that 3-on-2 beautifully, with Lemieux cutting across to the blue line and feeding it down low to Erie, who just went to the net with that great speed. And it started with a great pass by Lemieux out of his own zone. He has that quick pass. He can look up and see a man right away, and he just moves it to Erie all in one motion as soon as he saw the puck. Then he cut across into the slot, laid it to Erie down low, went in. Fitzpatrick made the save with the body, and Erie was able to bang that rebound into the net to make it 2-2.
12-27. Erie is 10th of the season from Lemieux at 12-27.
Well, that goal was that close to being a shorthanded goal. It was 1 second after Coffey had come back on the ice. He really wasn't figured in on the play. It will not go down as a shorthanded goal, but it might as well be because Coffey was nowhere to be found. So the Penguins really have scored 2 shorthanded goals in the second period. Here's Quinn. Kings in. Slap shot. Fitzpatrick say rebound. Score. Cunningworth puts it in. Whack it right out of midair. And the Penguins have the lead. 3-2. Oh, Michael Motorcycle. Randy Cunningworth.
Well, how about that? Randy Cunningworth had 2 tremendous chances earlier in this game. I mean, where he was in cold free on Fitzpatrick. This time he has a puck that's up about waist high, maybe even higher than that, and he hit a base hit right over Fitzpatrick into the net. So 2 goals batted out of the air by Penguin forwards, and the Pens have the lead 3-2.
The Pittsburgh goal
What a play by Cunningworth. Not only did he hit that out of the air, but he actually hit it up a little bit so that it would go up over Fitzpatrick and underneath the crossbar and into the net.
So Cunningworth 16th of the season from Quinn and Hillier. The Penguins strike for a pair of goals 15 seconds apart, and they have the lead for the first time tonight, 3-2. Along the far wing in the King zone, here's Dan Farley going to Quinn. He tried to center, he couldn't do it. And up with the puck will be the Kings, Tom Laidlaw. He'll look left wing to Tonelli. All of a sudden, the Kings find themselves down in this game. They try and get back into the Penguins' end. They had everything go their way after the Penguins failed early in the game to convert against Fitzpatrick, but now the Pens are coming back, and another penalty coming up here against the Penguins. Randy Hillier, and the Kings will get power play chance number 5. I don't know if that's good or bad. Might be good for the Pens. We'll be back in a moment, 3-2 on the Penguins Hockey Network.
Picks up an interference penalty at 13:21. He did not like that call one bit. He looked up and he just could not believe Gregson made that call.
Well, the Penguins shorthanded for the 5th time in the game, but as I said, they scored a shorthanded goal, and they scored with Coffey off. He really wasn't back in the play at all. When he came out of the penalty box, 1 second after his penalty expired, the Penguins scored, and here they are again. Let's see who's out. It'll be Hannon along with Mario Lemieux to begin it. Face-off Penguins end. 3-2. The Penguins have the lead. Right side, it will come now to Dale DeGray. DeGray looking for no man. Lemieux got a piece of that puck and worked it over to Dykstra, but he put it right into the Kings bench. And the face-off will be back in Pittsburgh territory.
Mike, you want to give credit where it's due. It definitely should go to the Penguins penalty killers. The Kings have had a few opportunities since they took the 2-0 lead to really build on that lead and bury the Penguins in this game tonight. But the Penguins, to their credit, have used the penalty killing to try to regain that confidence, and they've come back and been able to take the lead 3-2.
I'm a little surprised, Robbie Fatorik, right now. This line has scored the first 2 goals in the game, but they really have done not that much on the power play, and they're back out here again. You've got guys like Bernie Nichols, Luke Robitaille, Dave Taylor sitting on the bench who are great goal scorers, and now it's basically putting a checking line that he has out here on the power play time and time again. It might work if it stays hot, but I don't know if it has for the Kings. We'll see what the Penguins can do, and they've given up a shorthanded goal.
Well, that might be what he's concerned about, too, is, you know, you've got a defensive line out here, really, and maybe that will cut down on the shorthanded goals. I don't know who was on the ice, though, for the shorthanded goals.
I think Nichols was. I'm not sure. I think he had just come on. Here's Duchesne, left side, in the Penguins' end, near wing, now to Mike Allison of Los Angeles, in the Penguins' zone. Moves in to Duguay, turning, shooting, and stopped by Barrasso. Now Duguay leaving it in the corner again for Mike Allison. Allison back to Duguay, looks left point, has Duchesne. He's got that big shot. He'll let it go. Here comes a Duguay. A shot save made by Barrasso. Duguay couldn't put it in. Off the far wing, Dale DeGray. DeGray to Duguay, shooting again and misfiring. Behind the net, Bob Carpenter. Kings working hard. The net's dislodged off the moorings. Terry Gregson calls for a face-off in Penguin ice. And that might have been a break for the Pens there, too. Ronnie Duguay, you can't deny he's working, boy. He is really putting out. This line has been, they really have worked hard. But my only question was, for natural talent and putting the puck in, you might want to go with your bigger guns, and now I think they will.
I think it's interesting, too. You know, it's almost like you'd like to back off and let those guys work the puck around, because they're probably more prone to make a mistake doing that than they are if they're banging around in there in the corners and working the puck that way and just trying to muscle their way to the net. If you back off and let them try to be fancy, they might just dig themselves a hole because they just don't have the skills. Of course, we tend to underestimate Bobby Carpenter a little bit. He did score 53 goals one season, and he can put the puck in the net. He hasn't been as productive in the last couple of years, but he has the ability.
Well, now Nichols is on with Robitaille and Dave Taylor, and the point men will be Crossman and Wayne McBean. The Penguins have Hannon on the ice with Phil Bourque, and Hannon wins an important